Hi, my name is Azaria. Welcome to my channel. Today I was wanting to do a reading for Aries real quick. I got a few zodiac signs that I have by request that I was going to do. But the first one I wanted to do was Aries. My cards have already been pre-shuffled. I pulled one general energy for Aries. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I don't know if anybody has ever been through this. Like when I meditate and I get to that place of deep meditation, there's this mental room that I go into. It's got a lot of windows, all white, beautiful. It almost looks like a room of oasis, plants and just exotic plants and things like that everywhere. But when I reach this state of meditation, I come to this door, and when I open it up, it's like I have an all white divan, I sit there. I think it's like when I reach my higher self. And one day I went into meditation and came to this point of deep meditation, and I come to my door, my mental door. And as I entered, it was like two black entities sitting there on my white divan, feeding each other. Looked like feeding each other grapes. Because in my mind's eye, I have like fruits and things everywhere that I can eat on. They sitting there eating. I didn't like that. I immediately went into prayer. I don't know if anyone has my head's tingling. I don't know if anyone has ever went through anything like that, but you have entities that want to make a home out of your soul. They want to find refuge there. Anytime you feel a vibe or energy that is not resonating with you and you know just something ain't right, pray immediately to God to get what's out or what's within you, to get it out of you, because it don't belong there. Being awakened, are starting to realize that as us as beings can communicate with each other spiritually, that I see nothing wrong with. But you got other entities that also want to come within you and make a home within you. Don't let them. Pray to God. But anyway, please don't watch this video if it does not resonate with you. I'm not trying to hinder or trigger anyone unless you want to be. The first card that I pulled was the King of Cups for Aries. It was the King of Cups for Aries. That was the general energy. Like some Scorpio in your energy, Aries. Fascination. King of Cups is a king or a queen. Take it as it resonates with you. It's someone who has to make firm decisions, has to stand firm in what they believe, have to make logical decisions when it comes to certain situations. And sometimes the King of Cups might find it's him or herself making decisions that are on things that are frivolous. Make sure that you are not putting your time and energy, Aries, into making decisions that that does not serve or suit your well-being, or does not serve or suit your growth or your spiritual growth or your financial growth. Trying to settle people's arguments and things of this nature. Let it go. You're putting energy into some things that shouldn't have your energy at all. Your energy is precious, and your energy needs to be put into things that will suit you and suit your spiritual and your personal and your financial growth. Okay. General energy for Aries, King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups, please. Clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King. Damn. Excuse my language. Dang. Clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups for Aries. Clarify the King of Cups. King of Cups was clarified with the Nine of Wands. Wanting to rush in. Wanting to there's something that you want to rush into, Aries. You are trying to do some manifestation, but the way that you want to rush into this situation, Aries, is going to be disruptive. It's going to cause a problem. You have like this newfound wisdom or this clarity on something in regards of something, and you wanting to rush in, but it's going to be a disruptive move. If you make this move, it's going to be disruptive. Don't be flighty, Aries, in decisions and choices that you know that you want to make. Clarify the Nine of Wands. The Hangman. The Hangman in reverse. You have clarity in regards of a situation. You have spiritual insight, but you not making any moves, Aries. Or maybe you're dealing with someone who is aware of whatever this situation is that you're going through, and they are not making any moves. But Aries, you most definitely want to make moves. Okay. If I can get done in time, I'm going to come out there with you. But you have been enlightened in regards of a situation, Aries. You want to, either you or whoever you're dealing with want to come in, but it's going to be something that's disruptive. It's going to be disruptive. It's going to cause chaos. It's going to cause problems. You or that individual are enlightened in regards of this situation, but not making any moves. And I think it's the person that you're dealing with not making any moves, but Aries wants to make moves. I see Scorpion energy, Earth energy. Clarify the Hangman. Clarify the Hangman. Clarified by the Star. You're very optimistic, or maybe you're optimistic, or maybe the individual that you are dealing with is optimistic. Aries, you or the other person looks at the situation as being God sent. Wish fulfillment. Wanting to balance the situation out. They look at it as being very emotional, or you look at it as being very emotional. Either you or this individual. You either consider this individual the star, or this individual considers you as the star. Wish fulfillment, wanting to give an emotional offer. Clarify the star. Clarify the star for Aries. Clarify the star. Damn. I'm not going to use it. Clarify the star for Aries. Clarify the star for Aries. Clarify the star. Come on. Clarify the star for Aries, please. I don't want to jump out. Clarify the star for Aries. Let's see. No, not out of this one. Clarify the star for Aries. Was clarified with dissipating. And maybe Aries wants to rush in. Because they don't want this situation to be over. They don't want this situation to die out. They don't want this situation, Aries don't want this situation to grow old. They don't want to give up. They don't want it to die out. They don't want it to dissipate. They're trying to hold on. Aries is trying to hold on. Can we clarify the dissipating, please? Clarify dissipating. Clarify dissipating, please. Clarify dissipate. Dissipate. Clarify dissipate, please. Too many. Clarify dissipate. Clarify dissipate, please. Clarify dissipate. Clarified by 2. Clarified by the 8 of Wands in reverse. Wanting to communicate, but there's no communication, Aries. Either you want an individual to communicate, or you want to communicate with someone else. The 8 of Cups. You were planning on walking away from everything that you have built, everything that you have established, to go on this quest, this new journey, this newfound journey, to start these new beginnings. But it's in reverse. So you're not making any moves, Aries, with the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. There's no communication coming in. No wonder you don't want it to dissipate, get old, die out, because there's no communication. There's no communication. So you don't know which way to go, which path to take, because you're ready to go on your journey, your spiritual journey. How does this individual feel about you? Don't do that, please. How does this individual feel about you, Aries? Clarify with the Queen of Wands. The Eight of Cups is clarified with the Eight of person looks at you as being the Queen of Wands, someone who someone who is in tune spiritually. Oh, my legs. Sorry about that. Very generous queen. She doesn't mind sharing. She represents generosity and strength. She's loyal, dependable. She enjoys admiration and she's happy to be center stage. That's right. I have to remember that. The Queen of Wands, she's very stable. She knows how to keep work-life balance, family life balanced. Like, she's on top of her A game. Like, when it comes to work and family, she knows how to keep things balanced. She knows how to keep her man satisfied. She works, bring home the bacon and cook it. You know what I'm saying? But this is how this individual views you, Aries, as the Queen of Wands, someone who takes care of their business, very stable, loving, and can keep things balanced. Can we clarify that the Queen of Wands? Let me clarify the Queen of Wands. Can I have the Queen of Wands, please clarify the Queen of Wands? Two of them fell out. I'm not going to take them. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Alright. Clarified by two. Clarified by isolation in reverse. Maybe you have been in isolation, Aries, and you are pretty much trying to go within and see which direction it is that you need to take, or the person that you are dealing with is in isolation, and that's the reason why you're not receiving any communication. You're wanting balance in regards of this situation. You got people who are in the business. You got people who are upset because they are wanting balance. And it's maybe Aries is, maybe you're giving too much or putting too much energy into something other than what your energy needs to be put into. You might be focused on one area in your life, then you might be focused on one area in your life more than keeping things at a steady balance. But the person that you are dealing with feels that you are a stable and balanced person, and you know how to pretty much juggle your work life, family life, and you pretty much keep up on all of it. Not saying that you don't, but there are some things going on with you, Aries, where you are trying to come out of isolation and hiding yourself, and you are trying to find balance within your life. Uh, this person thinks highly of you, though. Thinks very highly of you. Like you take care of your business. I'm not saying that you don't. It's just that maybe some things are in balance right now and you want balance. Clarify the balance card. Clarify the balance. Clarified by 2. Oh, man. And this is like twin flames. The 4 of Wands in reverse, wanting a celebration, wanting this union, wanting to come together, wanting to celebrate, but it's not happening. And that's probably because this individual is not communicating with you. The Queen of Swords was also clarified with the balance card, needing to cut some things out of your life in order to be more balanced, to be more stable. The Queen of Swords, you need to cut things out of your life, Aries, that are not suiting you and suiting your purpose or suiting your growth. It's not benefiting you. That's what you need to do. You are not putting your focus on the right things. You might be worrying about things that you really shouldn't be worried about. And I know how that is. Been there, done that. Yeah, you've been through a lot. You're suffering. You've been through suffrage. You've been through suffering, but you hold your head high, and you continue to press forward, move forward, regardless of what you've been through. That's what's up. And you suffer indignity. You've been through a lot. You've gone through a lot, and it looks like twin flames here. You've been through a lot when in regards of this union. You've been through battles. You've been through battles, but you continue to hold your head high. You keep pushing forward, and that's what's up. You don't let nobody get you down. Even though you might have lack of clarity a little bit, there's things that's going on, but eventually you'll receive clarity eventually of this situation, even though you might feel right now that you don't. But you most definitely, when you go through situations and ordeals, problem. I get tongue tied. When you're going through situations and ordeals, you keep your head held high. You don't let your situations get you down, and that's what's up. What's stopping communication? Dang. King of Pentacles came out when I asked what's stopping communication. What's stopping communication? Then the King of Wands, but it fell on the floor, so I'm not accepting it. What's stopping communication? Someone of not wanting to take an offer. They're sitting there with their arms folded, not making any moves. They know that this union is pretty much heaven sent, but they're not willing to accept. They're not making any moves. And just like I've learned, not making moves is pretty much a move. Not making a decision is a decision. Uh, the individual that you are dealing with does not want to accept, don't want to accept the offer. Can we clarify the Four Cups, please? Clarify the Four Cups. Clarify the Four Cups. Can we clarify the Four Cups? Can we clarify the Four Cups for Aries? Clarify the Four Cups for Aries. That's too many. Clarify the Four Cups for Aries. Clarify the Four Cups for Aries. Clarify the Four Cups for Aries. It's so huge. Their fingers can't wrap around them. You think they could with my big old hands. 10 of Pentacles. He's not wanting to accept the offer. He's not wanting to accept the offer. That's an officer. He's not wanting to accept the offer. He or she was. Four of Cups was clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. He's not wanting to accept the offer because there are things that either he or Aries need to cut out of their life. He wants this abundance. He wants this abundance. He wants to live this type of life where he is abundant in everything. He wants to live that life. He wants the house, the car, the wife. He wants this life. But he's not willing to accept the offer. It's some things that he needs to cut out of his life. Like I said, either you, Aries, or him. He or she. Take it as it resonates. But they're not willing to accept the offer. But they're wanting to build this legacy. They want this life. They want something that is going to carry on for generation to generation. That 10 of Pentacles was clarified by 3. 10 of Pentacles again was clarified. 10 of Pentacles clarified with the 10 of Pentacles. Wanting this abundance, wanting this life. But I'm not going to put that out there, but yeah. Wanting to be substantial. 3 of Cups in reverse, clarified. No celebration. Maybe getting rid of the 3-party situation. Here I come then. Wanting this 3-party situation. Are trying to come out of this 3-party situation. That's probably the reason why the cup is not being accepted. But the person that you are dealing with, Aries, want this abundance. like they really want it. They can taste it. It was clarified twice. Um, they need to choose a direction on which path they need to go. And it maybe the reason why that they're not accepting the cup because they were involved in a three-party situation, um, but trying to come out of it. Also clarified the Three of Cups in reverse was clarified with the Queen of Cups. This is a woman who's very emotional and wears her heart on her sleeve. This is who he wants this abundance with, is the Queen of Cups, but there's something blocking you, Aries, from this individual. And I think it's the Ten of Pentacles. There's another individual involved. And from what I'm saying, there's no union because there's an imbalance with you, Aries. There's something that you need to balance out in your life. You might be thinking too much on the past. You need to get rid of some things in your life. Because the person you are dealing with do not want to accept the offer, or you don't want to accept the offer because of some things that you need to cut out. You want this abundance. The person you are dealing with wants this abundance. Was clarified twice. But there will be no union. There will be no union. Either you or this person you're dealing with need to cut something out. And the Three of Cups was clarified with the Queen of Cups. Like, you guys both want this union, but there's some blockages. There's some things that you need to cut out of your life, and then it might be a three-party situation. What it looked like to me is that the person your divine masculine pretty much is trying to come out of this situation, or come out of the headspace of having this three-party situation, because he wants this abundant life too. He wants to build a legacy, something that he can carry on from generation to generation, and so do you, Aries. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Clarify the Queen of Cups, Aries. Clarified with the Seven of Pentacles. You don't know which path to take, Aries. You're working hard, you're working on projects, you're building foundations, building certain foundations, but you don't know which path to take. You don't know a path to take. But you want to make moves. You want to make moves, but there's some things that you need to cut out of your life, Aries, in order to make this happen, to make this work. And the person you are dealing with need to cut some things out of their life in order to make this union work. Minutes, I gotta get out of here. Wisdom. You want to make moves. You want to know which direction to go and which path to take. But you know that you're going to have to go in and get clarity on what it is and which path or direction that you need to take. You need to use your intuition. That's why that little earth, right in her stomach, having the wisdom. You need to use your intuition. You need to go within, pray, meditate on what direction it is that you want to take, Aries. You have the elements within you to do so. It was clarified by the 5 cups, regret, but it fell on the floor. What is the outcome? What is the outcome for this situation? What is the outcome? What is the outcome for Aries? What is the outcome? King of Cups, 9 of Cups, I'm sorry. The outcome, the 9 of Cups. You need to show a little bit more empathy or be empathetic in regards of this situation, and know that, Aries, you're not the only one who is going through something, but your divine masculine is also going through some things. It's some things that he needs to cut out as well. That's the reason why he's not accepting the offer yet. He's trying to come out of this 3-party energy. That's what that's how I'm seeing it. He's got a 3-party energy that he's trying to come out of, and that's the reason why the offer is not being accepted right now. You're trying to make up your mind on which path and which direction to take, Aries. You're not for certain, so you need to go within, meditate, pray to God on which way you should go. You want to build this big legacy. The individual that you're dealing with wants to build this legacy, want to have this abundant life. You want this abundant life, but in order for you to get there, there are things that you need to cut out of your life, and there's some things that he needs to cut out of his life, he or she. Take it as it resonates. Can I have one more clarifier, please? Can I have one more clarifier? Damn. Yep. The Tower card came out. I'm sorry, I usually don't want to use it, but I gotta go. Yeah, clarified by the Tower card. As soon as you realize what direction you need to take and what you need to cut out of your life in order to make this union happen, it's gonna be a Tower moment, but this is what's gonna help you to heal and help you to move forward. This is what you need to go through in order to help you get stronger, help you to see what it is that you need to change within yourself in order for this union to happen. If you like my reading, or you want a more in-depth reading with me, please email me or leave it in the comment below, and we will discuss details within an email. So everybody have a beautiful morning.